Are we live?
I was gonna wait. I was gonna wait to see how long we can go without saying.
all the things light up red, and we're all just like, Hey guys.
Hello.
Long time no see.
I didn't see you today.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I guess so. But I'll tell you if
You're
you
talking to the crowd, the audience.
I mean, well, yeah, I don't know. I can't. That's the bad part. You can't necessarily see who's actually watching. So, I would say, guys, now would be a good time to chime in and say hello, so we know who's watching at the moment. If you ran today, do that whole normal thing where you tuning in from, and if you ran, how far did you run? No miles are forsaken. If you ran a 3 miler today, we love that. If you ran a 30, actually, yeah, something might be wrong with you. If you're not training for an ultra. But yeah, man, training's going along. Things are happening.
Stuff and jump.
Aaron wants to talk about the fight last night.
So let me give y'all my play-by-play.
Play-by-play. Round one.
Round one to round nine. It was very unfortunate. It was very unfortunate for Mr. Spence because Mr. Crawford put every part of his glove on every part of his face, and it was bad.
Just like even the side stitch.
Like every little piece of his glove hit every little piece of his face. It was crazy.
So this was like a major ticket. Like this is a big deal. Like it was supposed to be like, was it a good fight at least?
I mean, Spence he showed a lot of courage for hanging in there for as long as he did, but people come here for running out boxing, and I ain't even a big boxing fan, so I don't even talk about it.
No, I mean, it seemed like right away, as soon as you were talking, we have a comment, Bud beat on that man.
Beat on that man. Like I felt bad. I get weird about boxing. That's why I don't like watching boxing, because I don't like seeing people. I can see people lose, but I don't like seeing people
just get clobbered,
beat up like that, man. It's like, because you know how hard they train for this. And you know, like the work they put in, and it's like getting your ass beat by the marathon for real. It's just like, man, all this work,
all that work.
No, like, so I watched the. I know it's a much different sport, but I watched the Conor McGregor docuseries thing, the little miniseries, and like I didn't realize, but they train. I mean, I knew they trained hard. I mean, I didn't think that they were like out here just drinking a couple of beers and walking in the ring, but they train for like 9-10 months for like one fight, and then it's very usual if someone gets like taps out or gets knocked out in the first round, and that's if you go all the round, that's a long fight. So I'd be like, yo, I can't imagine like just getting cold, like kicked in the chin, but catch a flying heel and just being done, and we waking up like thinking you still fighting.
No, you waking up in the corner talking about, all right, is it time to go back in there? Time to go back in there? Like, no, the fight has been over for 45 minutes. I'm sorry.
Bro, it's like them old hood knockout DVDs when they just hands be like up, just stuck. Like, I don't like watching stuff like that, man.
Nah, man, I have too much empathy for people, and I don't like seeing people.
No, exactly.
That's what like that. It's tough.
I don't like it. All right, so we got people that actually ran today. We got James who hit a 15 today. That's what's up.
Nice.
In Lansing, we got DMV in the house. No miles, rest and recovery.
Important.
I like rest and recovery.
Very important.
So running with Sally, do you do your long runs on Saturday? I would assume maybe, but maybe like a Friday even, and then how do you do that running with Sally? Do you long runs on Saturday or what? And then we got Silas, the homie, Royal Oak, Michigan, and he hit 10 miles. That's what's up. Getting closer and closer to Chicago for you. Stay after it. We got another rest day today. 14-mile trail run yesterday for Chris. 4,700 feet of vertical gain.
I am not envious of you, Mr. Scott.
So, like, I'm assuming you've done this before many times. So, but I'm wondering, like, are legs trash still at this point, Chris? Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, people probably see us do like 18-mile run or whatever, and then be like, "Oh, you gotta be great." We just move on like normal day. But so, Chris, are you just like, yeah, it is what it is? Do you go cut the grass after something like that?
Do you look at your stairs and say,
Not a chance.
Not
This is where I draw the line.
Today, yeah, like he like literally put like caution tape over the basement door. Not happening.
Blows up
Oh,
an
yeah.
air mattress before hands out. Like this is runner prep. Air mattress on the floor.
Or put a sled. It was sled at the top of the steps and just sled down.
That's one of those ropes you see in some of those ultra marathons to go across the river. That's why
Yeah.
he's got stairs to help him climb up.
No, it's probably down.
You got to have that accessibility thing. You know, you ever seen a commercial where it's like next to the stairs and it just like take you up?
Yeah. The little seat up on
Yeah.
like on the window. Richard Huey says 16.5 yesterday, 15 or 5 easy. Wow, 15 easy. 5.
Let me tell you how I misread that because I thought it said 16.5 miles yesterday, 0.5 easy today.
Oh, that's funny. I read 15 easy today. I'm like, this man is a monster. All right. Takes a full day rest after. Okay, so yeah, he ran that much, basically almost touched a cloud. 47,000 feet of elevation gain. Just add another 0 on there for me. He takes a whole day rest. Yeah, he laughed. I don't know why I clicked
4,700 feet. That's almost a mile, right? Almost a mile of elevation.
Is that it? Not it, but
Almost, yeah. A mile's like 5.
A mile is 5280, right?
Yeah, 52.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
Oh, well, that's nothing then. Come on, man. Step your game up. You could at least got to a mile, bro. So Running with Sally said, I do Saturday are my long runs and 10 miles of steady state. Okay. All right. Well, everybody seemed like they ran today. That's dope.
Y'all putting in big work. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah. Okay. I'd like to talk about something. Random.
Is it about deer?
And I would love, it's not about a deer. Dude, chill. It's not about a deer, but I do want y'all opinion, y'all honest opinion about this. And people listening, please also tap in as well. It was someone shared. I'm not going to name this person, but they shared a video from Instagram that said basically forget the whole summer speed vibe. Let's worry about balance in life. I can't really remember like what the angle was.
It was I saw that. It was a novel.
It was a novel, but I'm not saying I disagree with what he said, but it was just kind of like, it was like, forget the whole summer speed thing. Let's refocus on having a balanced and healthy relationship with running. So at first,
big fan of the concept.
But at first I was like, dang, like at first I couldn't hear it because I'm like, why would you say, forget the summer speed thing? Like no one else is saying summer speed but us, So I'm like, what's the shade for? But then at the same time, I thought about like, well, maybe people could take summer speed, I guess, wrong. I'm not necessarily saying that I'm like, I fully care, because I know I'm not saying like, hey, go out there and just run hard, run through, whatever, have a bad relationship with running. But I guess I just wanted to open the floor and see like what y'all thoughts were on that. And then when I was running today in my long run, I just randomly thought about that because this was days ago. So like I shouldn't still be thinking about it. But I was running today and I'm like, yo, like part of this whole thing for me, like this work that I did today was part of my healthy relationship with running to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I do this because like I want to, so I guess I was just like, wonder, is that correct of me saying that this is like a healthy part of my relationship with running, working hard,
Yeah. I mean, everybody has different goals. Everybody has different reasons why they run. Yeah. Everybody has different triggers. So some people are triggered by the idea of putting a lot of pressure on themselves to perform in a race. And that can develop an unhealthy relationship with the sport. So if running is your refuge, if running is your safe space, if running is your kind of activity to get away from the pressure of your everyday life, or just like if you're in school or if you got a lot on your plate at work, running might be what gets you away from that. And then when you start tying these number goals or whatever kind of goals you put on running, it can become another job. It could just become another thing that you add to your schedule that you have to check off. So I can understand why that could be a thing. Some people would prefer just to have a casual, loving relationship with running. And I think that's absolutely okay. The performance part is important to some of us, but at the end of the day, none of us are, like they say, none of us are getting paid. None of us are well, there is a few, but none of us are professional runners. So, if the summer of speed is what gets you out the door, then that's your thing. If going outside and seeing nature and
right,
like putting on a cool pair of shoes and getting away is what gets you out the door, then yeah, it's cool. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the kind of like competing narratives kind of thing. Like it didn't have to be that, but
yeah, because there can be there can be both. Not only can there be both, there can be like several different energies, because and then for one thing too, like it's like we started this off as if this summer you want to dedicate this this time to like getting faster, and I think that people, like, we hear it all the time, is like, oh, you fast guys or this and that, whatever. This isn't about like a numbered mile, like a time per mile, like reach this or this is a failed summer of speed for you. It's just like if your PR in the 5K is whatever it is, and you wanted to lower that in some way, or train or work hard to get better than that, no matter what that number is, then that is what it is. And we emceed the Tracksmith 5000 in Detroit, and there was I can't remember what heat it was, but the guy with the dope shirt with like the graphic tee, and it was like
yeah, first heat, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe the first or the second heat, but he literally like he finished last, but every time he came through, people cheered him on, and he was happy. He didn't look upset. He was having a good time. And when he finished, he was proud. Like he was just proud to be there, and he had a time, and he ran a 5,000 meter track race. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the energy that I'm talking about, because that person who, whatever his goal was that day, he went out there and tackled whatever that was. Whether he made it or not, I'm not sure, but that's the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't necessarily mean you had to win the race or come second for. I mean, that may be like my goal or someone else's, but it doesn't have to be yours. And you can also still want to train to get faster in PR at whatever the thing is, Yeah,
I think a lot of the summer of speed concept was just also have fun with it too.
Yeah.
Let's get out and get some PRs. For a lot of us, the off season is to build the base for a larger goal in the fall or the spring, depending on when you're training. So for us, I don't want to speak for everybody here. For me, doing summer of speed was to make my marathon training tempo runs feel a little bit easier because I've been running so hard in the summer. So, but I'm also having fun with it too. Like we get a lot of races. We got one more coming up. I thought about this today. Even though the typical training plan for Hanson's doesn't include races, I might throw in a couple extra ones in there, like the Crim or the Atwater growler. So just learning more to have fun with fun concepts, because I also like to have a goal and a structure. So summer speed was something I could focus on, take seriously, but also have fun with it. So teach his own.
Yeah, I think it could more be like the summer of fill in the blank. Like whatever speed is for you, it could be that. So if it's the summer of I'm throwing my watch in the cabinet and I'm not touching it for the whole summer, I'm just gonna run when I feel like running, however I feel like running, and not being a slave to the watch. Or it could be the summer of I'm doing a 5K every weekend. I'm gonna join. Yeah. I'm gonna find a 5K to race every weekend, and that's what I'm gonna do. Or I'm gonna make a point to run 3 times a week every week throughout the summer. That's my goal, and that's what I'll do. So yeah, the summer of speed is just something that it's like it really could be the summer of anything. It's just about the summer. It's the summer of whatever makes you happy. Really.
It's summer of like the dedication to whatever that is,
or lack thereof, because maybe you've been training hard the whole year and you want to take some time off. It's that too. It can be whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, because sometimes, like somebody said, rest days are important. Like, because it could be your summer of like making sure that because part of my summer of speed means, which we'll talk about too, which means like being more balanced with the running thing as well. Like not only just running, but trying to make sure that like I get some more sleep, like we always talk about, and some of the strength training things that kind of fall off, or the recovery like tips and stuff like the supplements that that you can take, whatever. But that's been kind of like my summer speed is not just like let's go crazy and break ourselves here. It's like I'm thinking about longevity too. Like I want to get through the summer and still be able to race and have some fun with that. But yeah, so I just guess I just wanted to bring it up. But because like I felt at first I was like, dang, why the shade? You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, like I hated the fact that like maybe somebody felt alienated by like just 3 words. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, there's two pieces of land here. You may be jumping from one to another without a bridge because it might not even have been about us. It might, so
No. I mean, it was
Right.
I mean, you're right. It could have not. It may not have been.
Shout out to the 4th member of our team here. She summed it up perfectly. It can and should be interpreted to fit your own life.
I don't know, man. She puts on used socks, man.
Wow.
I mean, she's the 4th member of the group. We can take shots at Alexis, but she does buy used socks. All right, so let's get the show on the road. Literally, what are we talking about first, fellas? Because we got some things to cover. What are we doing?
Lead the way, Mr. Runs. Actually,
right.
I don't know what you wanted from us on that.
All right, cool. All right, let's just talk about this because we're to kind of finish off the Summer Speed Energy. Let's talk about the Tracksmith Twilight 5000 Ann Arbor. So as we announced last week, we will be emceeing again. We got invited back. We did the one in Detroit. We got invited back because they vibe with the energy, and we're going to be doing that as well. But these 2 gentlemen, to whatever my left or right, wherever you guys are for, is it backwards? I don't know. These 2 guys will be racing in Ann Arbor and also emceeing, which I'll be able to hold down. I don't need to get, there'll be no racing for me, so I'll be able to do my thing. And how are y'all feeling in general?
Go ahead. That's your first.
I mean, because Aaron. Well, so I'd love to hear. So Aaron, let's put you on the Summer Jam screen. You paced the last one, had a really great time pacing, enjoyed it. This time around, because of that pacing duty, I feel like you may have another plan that you're going to try to pull off that you feel like will lead you in the right direction for your race.
Yeah. So this is my first race of the summer. So I'm like pretty far behind you guys. You guys have quite a few races under your belts for the summer. I have yet to toe a starting line with the intention of racing hard. So this will be my first time like racing at all since Bayshore. So I'm interested. I'm interested in seeing how it'll go. I ran some quick stuff today. Man, I was running next to Ern. Ern is strong. And it's just like, okay, I know it's gonna hurt. I know it's gonna be a test of perseverance and dedication, but it's just kind of, I guess at this point, it's kind of ripping the Band-Aid off because I haven't raced in a while, but and I haven't raced a 5K since last summer. So I'm kind of open to just letting the race happen and letting the race go how it's supposed to go. As far as strategy, I got to call my coach on Thursday. We'll talk about that. But I'm thinking just try to get out and not below it in the first few laps. That'll be the main thing. After talking to a lot of people that ran Detroit, and it especially the first time, the people running on the track for the first time, it seems like the consensus was that everybody got out too hot. Everybody just like were super excited and just thought like, I can hold this pace. But then, as things get a little further into the race, you realize that all that adrenaline that you have at the starting line and you know what I'm saying, those fresh legs feel good until you get to lap 7, lap 8, lap 9, and someone comes and hands you those 50-pound weights, and you got to try to figure it out. So, the goal is to not crash and burn, cross the finish line strong, but also satisfied with my effort. So we'll see how it goes.
And
we got pacers too, so I don't know what your goal is because you and I are in the same heat. But there's 2 pacers there as well that I'm going to try and work with a little bit. For me,
yeah, there's an 18-minute pacer, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, my goal will probably be to hang around with them for at least 4 laps, and then kind of take inventory of how I'm feeling after that first mile, and then just see. My current PR On a road 5K is 18:05, so I would really love to go under that. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure where my fitness is at right now. I'm not sure what the day is going to be like. I have an hour drive to get to Ann Arbor right off work, so there's a lot of variables, but we'll see how it goes, and hopefully things work out in my favor, and this will be a good start of racing for me, a restart of racing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Dang it. Oh man. Oh, you said coach. So this is like a little turn. So this is your first time, like this is your first block or whatever, having like a direct, like an actual coach. How's that like? We were talking about that. Me and Gary were talking about that the other day. Like, how's that feel? Like, how's that going to have somebody actually looking at your stuff? I think it's me and Ern actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's going well. I'm very low maintenance, so I don't reach out much. I kind of just whatever is on the sheet or on the app, should I say? I'm gonna go out and try to execute to the best of my ability. So yeah, it's just cool to have somebody objectively looking at it. Mm-hmm. But I feel like nothing, like no huge difference really from having a coach and being self-coach, other than the fact that I trust Ari to have my best interest in mind and know that what she's doing is beneficial for my growth, and just trying to lean into it fully and not second guess it and not look at it with any like doubt. So yeah, just throwing myself, because I feel like if I'm going to pay a coach, then I would be foolish to pay a coach but then second guess and like change things and not like just trust it. So I'm like, nope, we'll trust it and we'll see this thing through. And and she's racing Twilight Los Angeles the same day as Ann Arbor, so that's kind of cool too.
Oh wow!
Oh man, what if you beat her time?
Something very bad happens to her if I beat her time.
All of a sudden, she starts giving you really long runs. Your next long run is 28 miles.
Like, did you mean to put a 28-mile recovery run after the race?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, get out there and get to work.
Reverse the spite training.
Right, exactly. That'd be terrible. So that's dope though, because like I'm really low maintenance with Melissa as well. Like, I mean, I actually, like, at one point I was like, hey, I just, before races, like, I'd love if you just like send me something just to, like, a coach thing, you know? And so like every time now, without me asking, like, she'll send like a minute and a half long like voice message just telling me like, hey, here's tomorrow, da, 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 like, and she'll just kind of like talk to me about the plan. But it just is really cool sometimes to like be out there knowing that someone's going to watch this, you know? Like, and that could be, sometimes it's a little added pressure, you know, knowing that like she's gonna be watching, you know, checking out the splits and stuff like that to make sure I hit the splits. But then there's also like a safeguard too, because it's like you don't want to be out there going crazy fast for no reason, because then your coach will be like, what are you doing? Like, this is a recovery run and you're at like 7 flat, you know, like what's the problem? So it kind of like it's a good governor both ways. Yeah. So that's actually a pretty dope vibe that like people probably don't even think about.
Yeah, for sure. It's almost like having a parent there. It's just like, okay, I know I can't stay up and eat ice cream and play video games until 5 a.m. because my parents not gonna let me do that. So yeah, right. it helps to have that patrol on your training for sure.
Yeah, and Gary was definitely voted in by the people to race.
I forgot about that actually.
So I feel like somebody very, very wise might have told you to not race. You know, talk about this?
Yeah, I did have one person vote to focus on marathon training, which begins tomorrow. That was Mrs. Bailey.
Mama runs.
Mama runs. So we'll see after this week how that goes.
That's still like what? You're still like 10 weeks out.
12.
12.
14, right?
Yeah, it's 14. Fine.
Yeah, tomorrow's the first day, so it'll be 14. 14.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine for sure. It's funny though that she was like, "Yo, chill." But yeah. All right. So we talked about Twilight. Remember, tap in if you're in the Metro Detroit area. And you did the first one. I called it the Michigan Double. Let's make that happen. You might as well sign up. There's a promo code. You could either use TB 5000 or AB 5000, and you did not hear it from me. You can use PR Project 5000 for $15 off. But I'm not supposed to say that in public. Wait. This is live. Are we live?
Live?
All right. Well, there goes that. I'm not going to repeat it. If you didn't hear it, you didn't hear it. All right. So quick, next thing we're going on to is you kind of talked about this very briefly, Gary, NYC training.
Yeah.
All right. I know you're excited about this, Gary. Aaron, you don't count. You are running it, but you are you're running it as Aaron's going to be running around literally shaking babies' hands and kissing mothers or something like that.
I might be dressed up as a chopped cheese, bro.
Hey, if you dress up as a chopped cheese sandwich running the New York City Marathon, you will be on every magazine cover for weeks. Forget whatever we've seen, all the viral shit we've seen before. This will be it.
Good thing I don't like attention because I'm not doing it.
But you'll be in a suit, so you don't even know it's you.
Right. So I just torture myself for no reason.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, because it was hot last year. Even if it's 60 degrees,
Yeah.
you will be the hottest person on the course in that suit.
Yeah. After seeing that guy take the pancake off in Eugene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said he took the pancake off and he was drenched.
Drenched. Absolutely.
All right. NYC training. Talk to me, Gary. Where's your head? Where you thinking? Other than Twilight, what's popping?
This is a big one because it's my third major. And we kind of talked about this. Ern and I talked about breakthroughs. I think that's going to be the mantra for this marathon training is to, hit a PR. I know it's a tough course, but I did flat courses in Chicago and Eugene, and I did fine, but not what I wanted. And so maybe I'm a hilly course type of person, especially living out here amongst the hills. So I'm in a frame of mind where I'm focused on getting a PR and focus on a solid training block. I think I'm going to push it up to 75, 80 miles peak for this one, which I'm pretty excited about. Just getting in mileage and working with the rest of the PR project team to motivate me to get going.
Man, you better get going. Because I don't even know how that was an answer, like a response to that. Good job, Gary. I'm happy for you. Or I'm sorry to hear that happen. So what? So we're all doing this. Okay, so we're just bouncing all around because I feel like we got some stuff to cover. Aaron, I have to come clean. Aaron, you ready for this? You inspired me. So, Aaron, you've been Gary too a little bit, but Aaron, you've been like really locked in with the strength training thing, because before you were in the gym a lot, and I would like try to like jump onto the workouts and all that stuff just because you were like staying at it. You got back to it like full steam and be like every time I see you, like, all right, I got to go into the gym. So Gary also had been doing the Nel Rojas plan. So like lately, I'm like a week into like doing consistent strength training, but just because I know you've done a training block and you did strength training very heavily throughout that training block, and you're kind of like going into this next phase with that same state of mind. Could you like just talk to me about like how strength training has worked in your benefit and like all the things that you've kind of researched about it, and what would be the best way for someone to like start up now, even though they're in a training block potentially?
All right. I'll take it question by question. So first, how has strength training helped me? It might sound funny, but strength training gives me like mental boost. It makes me feel stronger. It makes me in my mind, I feel more resilient when I'm strength training, because like when you're working in the gym and you're like trying to push through those last few tough reps, I feel like I'm building the part of my brain that I need to kind of callous when it's time to like really get after it in a race and it really gets hard. So that is a big portion of it. Also, just like I feel more stable when my core, like because so much of the strength training I do is core focused, and I feel like when my core is at its strongest, my form tends to break down less when I get tired. So that's cool, and that's like reassuring. But as far as like getting into it, I think 1 or 2 days in the gym, maybe off days. Some people do they'll do a strength training day after their substance run. So if you have a workout during the week, some people like to sandwich it with a running workout. Some people like to sandwich it with another strength training workout on the same day. That way you can kind of get everything out the way and recover. Me personally, I don't do it that way. I usually, so far, I've been on Mondays and Thursdays. So my long run is on Sunday. I do strength training on Monday. And then my workout is on my main running workout is on Wednesday. And then I go to the gym after my easy run on Thursday. That works out for my schedule best. If you haven't been in the gym in a while and you're in the thick of like a marathon build, you probably need to be mindful that those first few weeks of strength training is going to make you more sore than normal. But as you continue to do it, it's not going to take as much. It's not going to take as much to recover. So start off light. Start off with probably just body weight stuff. And 15 to 20 minutes goes a long way. You don't have to go in there and do a 90-minute HIIT class to get like benefit from it. Just get in there, maybe do some band work, maybe do some body weight stuff, mobility stuff, just to give your body an opportunity to do something other than just running in a straight line. So yeah, and there's plenty of follow alongs on YouTube that you can find. There's a bunch of people you can just search in YouTube, core routine for runners, lower body routine for runners, upper body routine for runners. There's so many content creators out there that's making follow along videos that'll give you 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes of just straight walk through and show you how to do the workout. It's stuff that you can do in your living room. You don't even have to go to the gym to do it. So yeah, it's just figuring out how you want to fit it into your schedule and then just kind of dedicating yourself to it. Because yes, in the long run, it is beneficial. And in the long run, it does help injury proof your body. I don't really like saying reducing injury, but reducing the risk of injury, but it mitigates the risk of injury. So everything that you can do to strengthen your body is something that can mitigate your risk of overuse injury. So yeah, that was a lot of talking straight, but that's my mind.
No, that's dope. I think a couple of the things that like I like that you talked about was like the kind of like rolling into it a bit. Like, because I think tendency would be to think that we to kind of overestimate like how much we can lift. You know, like I think sometimes like you'll grab a 15-pound kettlebell or whatever and say, oh, this is light, and then you're doing 3 times 15, and you don't think it's a big deal, but then like the next day your legs are screaming. If you are getting back into it and you think that I run all the time, I think it should be fine. Like just start off low. Like leave the ego at the door and start low and just work your way up as you go, because it's like, damn, that all rhymed. I'm out here spitting bars, bro. I mean, really, that was pretty excellent. But like it gets like that because like the next day, like especially if you're going to be doing like some type of substance or a longer run, you don't want to be like super sore for no reason when you could just say like grab a 5 or 10 pound and then just kind of work your way up and slowly build. So that's just wanted to throw that in there too, because it's easy to grab a weight that's probably a little too much, that isn't going to give you any benefit other than like the soreness in the next workout, and maybe you don't get it done because you're scared of something, that's sore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and to kind of piggyback off of that, you and I were at Planet Fitness just a couple of days ago, and we were working with just a medicine ball, not a medicine ball, but one of those big ball. What are they called? Those
the plyo balls.
Yeah. Yeah, and my hamstrings are killing me, and that was no weight at all. We were just pushing down and rolling it back and forth. Granted, I took a couple weeks off from the strength training, but just getting back to it, there was no weight involved. It was just strictly body weight. So I think kind of piggybacking off of what Aaron said, find something on YouTube, like strength training for beginners, body weight, band exercises if you have it. If you have the Peloton app or something like that, They also got like really easy, not easy, but good challenging beginner strength training programs for runners specifically that I recommend quite a bit.
And also too, Aaron, you said that like you only do not only, but you do Monday and Thursday. I think that's another big thing is like people think they got to do like 5 days, like because as if you're not running 6 or how many every days everybody's running. So just like just 2 days added on top of all the good work you're doing on the road anyway could pay like huge dividends in 10 weeks or 8 weeks or 16 weeks or whatever. So you don't have to like start off and because that's my problem is like I feel like if I'm gonna do it, I need to like I need to be in there all day long. Like just do workouts. I just did a workout before the call, like for 30 minutes and get a nice little burn in, and that's it. And then who knows what that did for my stabilizer muscles. And you're right, like after a few like 8 weeks of like working out consistently, you go like you get to race day and somewhere in the back of your mind, you're like, I put in work to get here. Like I ran the miles, I did the workouts. And as soon as you start getting like tired, you're like, yo, we're good. We've been here. We've done this, So, yeah. And then Alexis said that she do her hardest strength days after the weekday speed work. I do like stacking those if I can. And like Aaron, you do it the day after, which I think is pretty cool too, because you give yourself 1.5, 2 days before the next workout. So just as long as you guys are like, don't go strength train like right before your workout or the day before even really, because it's just I'm like a big. I want to hit by splits. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to go after. A quick question though too that popped up earlier. How do you typically eat the day of an evening race, Aaron?
So I've never had an evening race before. So I paced Twilight in Detroit, and that was an evening race after work. But I've had plenty of very tough training runs after work, and I don't really change much. My usual schedule is oatmeal in the morning, a kale salad for lunch, and then I'll eat dinner after the workout. So, I might throw some bread into lunch, try to get some extra carbs in, but for the most part, I just keep it the same. I try to eat on a race day, especially an evening race. I'll probably cut off my food intake no less than 3 hours away. So got to give yourself time to digest and make some exit strategies, if you will, because the last thing you want to do is be in a race and have to visit the throne. So just making sure that you're eating food that your body agrees with, and not trying anything new, because you don't want the poop monster chasing you. That's the worst part of any time you're running hard and the poop monster is after you.
Yeah, you don't want to be running hard and have the gingerbread man actually catch you. James said, Elizabeth, I ate pasta for lunch Twilight. I felt like it worked. Yeah, I think honestly, I think that it's if you just do what you normally would do for like the night before, even you're supposed to start carb loading before few days before anyway. So a nice, a nice carb meal with some, with some fats in there and all that protein the night before, just like you normally would for a race. And then maybe kind of snack a little heavier on the carbs until a certain point though, too, because you want to make sure that you're like Aaron said, like fully digested and all the way, getting ready to go.
Yeah. But even then, like after lunch, have a snack of like a banana or some graham crackers, something that's easily digestible, but makes you still feel like you've had something in your stomach. So you're not like also starving.
Yeah, because did you eat before your race, Gary?
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. I'm sure I had something light, but not like heavy.
Yeah.
And then I took a UCAN, which kind of helps coat the stomach a little bit. So I'm getting the energy from the UCAN. Yeah. But I'm also like feeling I'm not like starving, because the worst thing is when you're in the middle of a run, no matter how long or short it is, if you feel like you're hungry, I can really mess with you mentally. Yeah,
unless you're like purposely doing like some type of fasted thing, but
right.
So I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to the next few weeks with the strength training thing. Like today, I could definitely feel I was a little bit sore, and I had to remind myself that I'm not like, that it wasn't the running. I'm like, oh, okay, I worked out yesterday, so just stick with it. You're fine. Because that's the thing too. Like, you can start letting it like mentally mess with your like the running energy, and you start like thinking that you're trash, but you may not be. Aaron, so today on the run, we had a cool little technology upgrade on a few of us, and I would love to talk about that a bit because we have Nick's biosensor tapped in with us for the remainder of this training block for New York, and Aaron doing Phil Indy Monumental.
Yes.
So they thankfully sent us a bunch of Nick's biosensors to put on, and if you could take it away and talk about your experience so far with them, good, bad, ugly, fun, good, fun, some data.
Yeah, so today I ran with the sensor on my arm. It was cool. I felt like I was an important runner. I was an important athlete having a study done on him because I realized I had 3 different kind of wearable sensors on me between my watch and then the sweat rate sensor and then my Coros pod. And I'm just like, whatever happened to just running, bro? So
just run, bro.
$6 million man.
Not how Steve Prefontaine intended it to be. So yeah, it was an interesting experience. The setup is a bit, I'm not gonna say labor intensive, but you do have to do a few things to get everything up and running. One of those things being reading the instructions properly, because I did everything right, but then I forgot to turn on the app when I was running, so I didn't get any feedback from my workout. But other than that, I'm looking forward to seeing how. And I meant to tell you this, and I'm gonna tell you this on air, which is going to be interesting. But I think we should actually have someone from Nick's on the show to to kind of go through our results and give us feedback and kind of walk us through how to interpret everything. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, 100%. Because actually, that's actually the plan. Eventually, is to get someone on the show because I wanted everybody to have. I'd love to get us all on because they send us out to 6 of us that are going to New York City. So I'd love to have like all of us on, or as many as possible, to talk about, what these numbers mean. Like what do we do with them? Because like Ern wore his today and got some good data, and it said like at one point, I think he said like you need to consume 28 ounces or should consume 28 ounces of fluid or water per hour.
Which seems nearly impossible.
Which is a lot. And so it's like, are you taking that, like we talked about last week, are you taking that like, okay, you burn 2,600 carbs in a race or whatever, and you can't no matter how many gels you take, you're not going to replace that all fully. Like, is the energy like you want to just go out there and not be in a deficit like you said last week? But I'd love to talk to them about it, and I think that would be a really cool kind of exploration, and to hear all of our numbers and see who needs more of what all at the same time. I think that would be dope.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm looking forward to trying it out more. We've got quite a few sensors, so I'm sure we'll have the opportunity to really dig deep into the data. And something tells me that my sweat rate is going to be the lowest of the crew just because I don't sweat a lot. So we'll see how it goes, though. Like, I'm not a big sweater, but maybe I'm a salty sweater, or maybe, so we'll see. We'll see how things line up, and then hopefully we can apply that knowledge towards our race and optimize our hydration strategies.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's really interesting, and I love that like at least one of us got it, because I waited till the last second, was trying to sync mine up and didn't do it, and just ended up taking off anyway. But Ern did get some good data, and hopefully we'll be able to like all get some good stuff before we set up that meeting. But it's dope that they tapped in and sending us sensors and all that stuff, and hopefully hopefully we all like it and use it, and maybe even see like some of the benefits of it on race days, and then maybe grow in a relationship with them in some way with the show or whatever we do in the future with them. So big shout out to them for tapping in and all that. And Gary, are you planning? You said you're going to try to use yours tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna start tomorrow. Because I'm going to move some stuff around this week because of the race. So I might do my first workout tomorrow just to give it a shot and get this workout out of the way so I'm not hurting my chances on Thursday.
Dope. All right, let's get to the fun part, or one of the fun parts. since you just had the floor, Gary, I'm gonna give the floor to you fully here. You are on the big screen, so don't do anything odd.
Could be anything.
Yeah, really good.
Could be anything.
We got drum roll, Gary's gear. What do you got for us today, Gary? Don't disappoint us.
CLA, huh?
Okay, let's talk about. Did you? Okay, so when you first saw it, Aaron, what did you think what do you think the name was?
Sealy.
Sealy.
Sealy, like the lady from Color Purple.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I don't even know what I can't even unhear what I know it is now. But I think I definitely thought I did not think it was CLA. So I thought what Gary thought. CLE.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Gary said, "Hey, it's like if you're coming in from like you're driving in from like Las Vegas or something, and you finally see the skyline, you're like, oh, CLA,
CLA, yeah,
CLA."
But I kept saying CLE anyway, even though you corrected me like 3 times in a row.
Until you do right by me, it is Sealy. We're doing Sealy. So you're doing the Color Purple kit review. Let's talk about it. What you got? Let's hear it.
Yeah, so you talked about these last week. You know, we got these. These are called the Earthship shorts. You know, with the split side. I kind of, if you guys saw my Instagram, you saw that I wore these in my workout yesterday. I also got the nice tank as well. Super thin material. I wore these in 2 workouts this week. Hold on, let me make sure I got the name on this. This is the Shadowcast Elite Shadowcast singlet from CLA. I wore these twice in workouts this week. What I like about them, especially the shirt, is how thin it is. It's very breathable. It's got like some air conditioning in the back. I think Aaron and you talked about that earlier this week.
So do you have to do for the air conditioning to work? Does it have to be plugged in, or is it like solar power?
It's all solar power. It's all, you know, especially in this climate, it's all solar power.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can see it here. You can kind of see the mesh here.
Yeah.
But it's very thin. It actually, because it's been so hot this past couple of weeks, this worked out really well for me. In terms of got the sweat off me. I didn't feel like I was too hot in it. It felt nice and comfortable. I actually didn't even notice the sweat until I finished the workout itself. Once you kind of stop what you're doing and everything starts to sweat out, this was perfectly fine. No issues with chafing or anything like that whatsoever. So it was a good. I really do. I like this. I like this tank here, and then the shorts. I like this. Has got a call. What I like about this, I do like the split. I do like showing off my legs because I work hard to make them look good. So if I can show them off a bit, I'm good with that.
No. Yeah. I'm with him, man.
So the colorway I like it's a lot of fun. It's a brown, burnt orange, and neon yellow. It's got like 3 pockets in the inside. I'm not a fan of inside pockets, to be honest with you. But so with that,
would the gels stick up high enough for you to access them without like going in like the waistline?
Yeah, they would, especially the UCANs or anything else. And it's got like one in the middle, like for your key, which I use quite a bit. But I just I don't like having to reach inside of my shorts to grab a gel.
Yeah.
So I'm more of an outside pocket person, but I know people like inside pockets. So if you do that, it's got 3 inside, and then it's got the hook for your shirt. If you want to go shirtless, you can wrap your shirt around the back.
Sometimes you gotta show off the guns, bro.
Yeah, and it's also got a little air conditioning unit in where the zipper would be, but so keep you cool, keep you fresh.
Yeah, I just to tag on to that, like I really do like CLA has done I feel like they've done a really good job at like their elite stuff, and I think that I know for sure the guy that sends us those, like they take great pride in like the tech that they use for their singlets and stuff like that for their racing stuff. And I think they're just one thing that I'd love to see from them. I'm sure they have it, but we just haven't gotten them yet. Is like a half tights. I'd love to see what they do with like half tights and see like how like stepped up that they can make them. Because like they sent you that singlet and I have a short sleeve shirt. You got a singlet, Aaron, or a short sleeve shirt?
Singlet.
Singlet. So I got a tee that has the same fabric and all that stuff, and it's just you can just tell that like they do a really great job. This isn't like an order and put a little logo on it. This is like
no, this isn't merch. This is real clothes.
No, it's quality stuff, and I would definitely see myself racing in this. You know, like this would last me a full marathon without having any major issues in terms of the uncomfortableness that comes with, you know, wearing clothing in a major race like that. Definitely, it's you know it's not cheap. But it's quality. It's quality material for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
If we go price point, it's $100 for the singlet and $120 for the split shorts. I will say I wore the split shorts to 2 Mile Tuesday, and it's been a while since I got complimented on a clothing item outside of shoes. And people really like that colorway, the brown and the neon green. So that's cool. And also those shorts specifically encourage me to buy Body Glide because I want to wear them more. But you know, as a thick boy, I tend to chafe. So I've come to the dark side of running lubrication, I guess.
Yeah, and to that end, not to get too into it, but these are lined as well. So the Body Glide is definitely recommended. The lined helps, but you really need that extra protection.
Yeah, the lining is a bit snug. Let's say that.
Yeah, and thin. So yeah, what's the matter, Tommy? Uncomfortable?
You don't like discussing undergarments, Tommy?
And that wraps up Gary's ear. It was going so well, and then it took a left turn. No, I mean they.
We can talk about poop monsters.
Huh?
Poop monsters are on the table, but since you're talking about lining,
that's fine, obviously. But no, I mean they make great stuff. I mean, and then like I kind of like cringe at the price a little bit, but like it seems like that's. I mean, it's crazy, but like that seems like there's a few brands that that are in that price range.
Yeah,
and
I think it's in the middle of like Tracksmith and Bandit in terms of like pricing. Am I right?
No, they're probably between Tracksmith and what's the other one, Aaron? Satisfy. Between.
Just not equally between. Because Satisfy skews it so high.
Yes. Satisfy is super expensive.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not one to justify a super high price because I agree. But these are well done cut and sew pieces. It's not just like regular, like made in China kind of stuff. So,
and you're going to have, unless you're going to have them, you know what I mean? There's not like something you're gonna have for like, and then they tear or something like that, something weird. But
and if you're in the market, like if this is what you're looking for, like trendy, like cool, it's no different than like Lululemon or something like that. Like you're wearing it because you want to kind of be different and like express your style through your clothes in a different way. So if that's not what you're really into, then by all means don't do it. But
there's not too many shoe brands that like really make like once you like try on Tracksmith, CLA and some and like Lulu even, like once you put those clothes on and try to like go back to some of the running brand stuff, it can be tough.
Yeah.
You sound like very spoiled.
No, I'm saying I'm just joking. Come on, man. Because like it's like I don't wear them. Like I wear a bunch of different things from a bunch of different brands, But like you can tell like when something like okay, these are made by runners, like specifically made by people that run that they came together at a table and was like, no, let's put a flap here, let's put whatever. And apparently somebody at this table said they like inside pockets, Gary. So sorry. That's
fine. Good for you.
Fine. It doesn't sound like it.
I just can't picture myself taking a gel out of the inside pocket of my shorts that I'm.
Yeah, I feel like I'd drop a gel. I mean, I feel like I'd be scared to lose a gel somewhere along.
Not even losing it. It's taking the gel out of your sweaty backside.
Yeah, he's like, dude,
just adding a little extra seasoning to it.
Yeah.
Trust me, it gets a little crazy. So yeah, guys, I put on there, but we are at 13 likes, and there's enough people in here to ramp this up real quick. Everybody that's watching the video, go ahead and like this video on YouTube so then we can announce the winner of the On Running shoes. So like I said, go tap that the thumbs up button, and we'll get to it as soon as we get that 25 likes. We're at 13 right now. Math is mathing. 12 more likes. We're good. Oh, Sora. I haven't had Sora yet. I didn't even know price range, but it looks like she's got money flying out of the door. So yeah, Sora must be expensive as well.
I hear Sora on a lot of the running podcasts I listen to. They have a very large running podcast budget.
So yeah, confirms that they are expensive then. All right, so then let's move on to the next topic at hand. Me and Aaron, I'll take it first on the shoe vibe, and we'll talk about a little quick product review here. A shoe that I think we've had on the show before, Aaron, but I think it's worth talking about again. I think we just got a nice size shipment, and I think all of us now have a pair for sure. It is the Hoka Rocket X2. Rocket X2. Let's I was going to do like me on the Summer Jam screen, but let's talk about, what do you think on the look, Aaron? What are we talking about? 1 to 10, 10 being this is the most beautiful shoe on the market, 1 being I don't know what's happening here, it's a dumpster fire.
I'll give it 7.5.
7.5. Okay. What about you, Gary?
I do like the green and white. I like Garen's better than yours in terms of colorways.
Yeah. This isn't not to sound weird. This isn't like on the market.
Yeah.
Cool. cool story, bro.
What'd you say? Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's not reinventing the wheel from a design standpoint. It looks like a carbon fiber running shoe. And the colorway but I will say the colorway is very Hoka. This is kind of their vibe. I got teased a little bit because
did you
stained my socks?
Oh, did it?
Yeah, the inside. So I wore just a regular white pair of white socks, and it left some pretty interesting, like all where like the blue and not the green. It's like you could see it on my socks. So it was interesting. It left some patterns out there.
Oh, that's crazy. No, yeah, I gotta check them. I gotta go back and look at my socks. Yeah, so I'll talk about from a performance perspective. I had a chance to wear these for a half marathon, and I put some good miles on them as well. I think 1 to 10 on like a performance scale, I would put these at like a 7.5. I'm stealing your number, which is good to me. I think that these would probably be like 3rd or 4th on my list of like super shoes, which is great because there's like a lot now. Like at one point that was like the lowest that you could go, 3 or 4, but now there's so many super shoes out there, and we've tested and tried a bunch of them. And I think that this is a very, very good option. If you are a Hoka fan, this is definitely a shoe that you want to take a look at because it fits like a Hoka. Like they're very comfortable. That's the first thing that I noticed when I put these on is how comfortable they are. Like the step in is really great. On the run, it's very comfortable. I think, Aaron, you might have had like a little bit of an Achilles rub. Was it like a rub or like a?
Yeah, it was like a heel rub. I think maybe
is this really firm on that version?
No. It gives
okay.
pretty easily, but it does fold. It will fold like that, and I think that was the problem. It folded on me on today's run, and maybe that caused that to like rub against my Achilles because it was just on the right foot. So
like it tucked in a little bit. But yeah, so I really do like the shoe. I wore these today on my 6. I had a 6 mile tempo in the long run, and the one thing that I want to one thing I want about a shoe is that like when I need it, I need to feel like it's there to help. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want it to, like some people say, like if you're not thinking about a shoe, it's great. Like I want that for the most part, but when I need it, I need to feel like I can step and it answers a little bit for me. And these do that for me. So like it's high on it's top 5 on the market for me right now. What do you think about yours, Aaron? Because I think you've worn them. Today was your first time?
Yeah, today was my first time wearing them.
First long run thoughts.
They are an upgrade from the original Rocket X. I will say that, which I like.
We liked
the original Rocket X. Still very light, like the original Rocket X. I think
these might be lighter.
Yeah, the original Rocket X felt like the lightest super shoe that I ever wore, which might be funny because the Vaporfly is like notoriously light, but the Rocket X felt lighter to me. And the Rocket X2 feels is right in line with that. I really like the upper. That was the biggest thing for me. The upper feels like it's really like holding onto your foot, and being someone that is used to basketball shoes or kind of like developed my feel for shoes through basketball shoes. It almost feels like the upper has that basketball shoe vibe where it's just like super sturdy and super secure. That was my first impression when I put it on. I'm like, okay, yeah, I like this. Not super snappy, but still like not hard to just like turn the legs over in. So I enjoyed that. So first impression, positive. First impression, upgrade from the original iteration, which is always a good thing. That means the R&D team is paying attention to what could be improved and addressing it. So yeah, I think first impression, I really like it. Only con was the slight rub on the back of my heel, but like I said, that might have been user error. So I look forward to trying it out some more.
You would definitely rolling them again.
Oh, absolutely. Take them out for a long run. Take them out for some length. Come on, Tommy. Take them out for some lengthier speed work. You're on video, bro. Come on, dog.
I was like, I forgot. Just because I'm like on a small little screen doesn't mean you guys can't see me. I just wanted to make sure that this wasn't like the,
What if it was though?
You would have seen my reaction. But yeah, so they smell good, which is great. I think so. One downside that we didn't have to experience today. So I would definitely suggest people to get this shoe. Like, so even though I'm gonna say something bad about it, but if you have this shoe and it's expected to be like a wet, rainy day, you probably wouldn't pick these because there is some issues with traction on these a bit. So just be careful if you're gonna have a rainy race day, these may not be the best option for that. And there's not too many super shoes that actually are a good option for that though. But some are better than others. So this is a dry, good day vibe.
Gary, if I asked you to name this colorway, what would you call it?
I mean, my first thought was Eugene.
Well, Hoka's first thought was ceramic and evening primrose.
That is the fanciest colorway name I have ever heard.
That is a very shroomed out name, bro.
Say it again. What is it?
A ceramic / evening primrose. So not a morning primrose.
It's not. So this what I imagined happened in that like was someone whoever named that they handed him the shoe and he's like. Like somebody was definitely.
At this point, you just looking for excuses to sniff your shoe.
First of all, I didn't even know
somebody was
ceramic was the color.
No,
ceramic's not a color.
It's not.
I mean, I guess like it is, but not really.
Well, which one of them is the ceramic? Is it the blue, the green, the yellow? Like, what's the?
It has to be the white, right?
Why would they?
Oh, that's porcelain. That's porcelain. Never mind.
Let's see. You kind of
All right. So yeah, but yeah, I just feel like somebody was a wine connoisseur and they thought they brought they wanted to bring their smarts to the table.
I feel like the job requirement for running shoe colorway namer, you have to be like high tolerance for edibles. Like you got to take like 50 milligrams or something. Like I don't even know if that's a lot, but you got to crazy.
We're all just like, I guess that sounds like a lot.
Like you have to be on ayahuasca or something. Like you really got to be like getting after it. And then you come in one day a month, and they line up all the shoes
on ayahuasca.
And you just pick up the shoe and you say, ceramic evening primrose. They just got to go with it. Like they can't even reject the name.
All right, guys. Here are the colors I tasted this week.
Oh, bro. It's a video going around where this dude's doing flips around a bar, and then he lets go because he thinks he's gonna like do like one of them like flips and land on his feet, but the back of his head hits the bar, and then like it cuts in where people like slap the pizza on the table, because he hits the ground. And then somebody was like, "Oh, I bet this guy can taste his colors this week." Straight up, that guy, like definitely named these shoes for sure. But I mean, like it's a running joke though, because like the shoe brands name their like the names that they come up with some of these shoes. Rocket X2 is clean, like great. It's a rocket, and it's got like an X factor, and it's the second one. You know what I'm saying? Some of these other shoes, it's like, yo, can we boil this down a little bit, condense it some? Can we chop off the fin in the fly? Just go straight for a name. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And just quickly to go through some specs via Hoka website: weight 8.3 ounces, heel to toe drop 5 millimeters. They consider it a neutral shoe, and they consider it a responsive shoe. And this shoe will run you $250 American US dollars.
See, that's an upgrade though, because upgrade, downgrade, I guess, for downgrade really, because I think the first Rocket was a $200 shoe. But so I had talked to someone that's close to the brand that runs in the shoes that it was an issue because at one point one brand had the shoe and everyone else was trying to answer. And even though we really liked the Rocket, Aaron, it wasn't up to par or close. And this response to that, I think it moved them in a really big way forward. And so I think possibly you may see some more Hoka shoes towards the front of these marathon packs and half marathons with these shoes, because they have some really great runners on the NAZ Elite and some of the other groups that run with Hoka. But I think this shoe definitely bumps them up. And in fact, the prototype version of this is what Alafine ran in. Steph Bruce ran in as well, and then I think one other. But they had an excellent spring this year. So hopefully Hoka is headed in the right direction when it comes to like podiums and stuff like that. All right, let's get to the fun part. We are at 1 hour and 8 minutes.
We need 2 more likes. So if you're new, if you just joined,
2 more likes.
That like button. Smash that like button.
2 more likes. All right, so while we're waiting on those 2 likes, I think you guys can do it. Let's get rid of this right here. Let's get rid of the Hoka thing. Let's really quick. We're all in training mode. One quick tip. We'll start with Aaron, Gary, and then myself. One quick recovery tip that you have been using lately that you feel like has been helping you out.
I'm going to take it in a different direction. One recovery tip that I'm going to commit myself to for the month of August: put my phone down.
During the day or at night?
Especially at night, but also during the day.
Okay.
I'm aiming to lower my screen time because it's a problem, and I acknowledge that it's a problem.
Okay. I'm glad we didn't have to do an intervention. I'm glad you see that. That's one step in the right way. Admitting it puts you in the right direction. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
That ticket also put me in the right direction as well. Yeah.
You got a ticket?
I got a Michigan hands-free.
Oh yes. That's so. I mean, I'm excited.
Literally when we left the run, bro. Clausen pulled me up.
Today.
No, yesterday.
Oh, bro, you didn't tell us. I mean, I'm not like happy that you got to pay a ticket, but I'm like, I just don't have anybody to get. So how was it?
It was a ticket. What do you mean? It was a ticket. It was a ticket, and he said, "Why were you on your phone?" I said, "Same reason you was on your laptop, bro. I've been researching stuff." So yeah, no,
You did not say that, did you?
No, of course not. Of course not. I didn't say that.
Officer, I was looking. Did you say like you were looking at directions?
No, I didn't even lie. I was just like, why was I on my phone? I didn't even know I was on my phone.
Right. I'm just.
My phone is literally glued to my hand 24/7, bro.
I didn't know I was on it.
Second nature. You're like,
I didn't know I was on it, and I also didn't know I was driving, officer. So
I'm suing. I'm suing every social media platform because that's the reason why. I'm suing Mark Zuckerberg because y'all made me addicted to this. This wasn't no choice for me.
There's an argument there.
So yeah, we have 25 likes, by the way. But yeah, putting my phone down, that's recovery tip for August.
Recovery tip, putting phone down. And then also he'll get more sleep because he's going to put it down at a certain different time of night. Gary, recovery tip.
Post-workout stretches. If I start doing them on a consistent basis, I feel a lot better the next morning. If I lax on them or I'm not doing them, I feel like poop the next morning. Right? So post-workout stretching, for sure.
All right. Okay. All right. So mine is a product, and then also I'll go strength training though, because strength training I think is like Aaron said before, it can't necessarily prevent you from getting injured, but it can definitely hold some of these things off. So I think recovery it's an active form of recovery. Getting home and not just like letting everything stay set. Like Gary stretches and stuff after runs, but I'm gonna try to stick to doing something at least 3 times a week and getting staying strong, getting active and all that stuff. But then also, bro, I'm gonna tell you, this stuff we need to make a play because I need y'all to have and try the Kion Aminos. I feel like it could be a placebo effect. I don't know, but it's working because I feel great all the time. And then after workouts and stuff like that, I don't feel sore as like I used to. But I could just be getting used to it, getting more, running more often. But like after some of the stuff that we were doing in summer speed, like just working hard doing these workouts, like I was like never sore. But aminos are like proven though, so like it doesn't have to be Kion necessarily. It's not a sales pitch, but any type of aminos and stuff like that to help you repair some of those muscles after workout is probably a good idea. So look into it.
All right.
All right. Let's get to the fun part. I've said that like 5 times. This is all fun. All right, let's do it. It's all fun. All right. Thank you so much On Running for gifting us with an ability to give away 6 pairs of shoes. Yeah, because we're doing it every other week, all the way up until right before Berlin. We are giving away a pair of On Running shoes. It's either the Cloud Monster or the Cloud Surfer. Let me go ahead and start presenting. The person that won last week, just to say it openly, did not ever send me anything. So maybe one day at some point in this, we will have the ability to go back.
Spin the block
on that. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. Tell me, can you guys see?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So let's go ahead and hide that, and let's spin this on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. So the person that wins will win a pair of On Cloud Monsters or Cloud Surfer.
What was that noise, brother?
I don't know. That was terrible. All right, stop sharing. Adrian Turner, you have won a pair of On Cloud Monsters or Cloud Surfers. Adrian Turner, you are a winner.
Adrian Turner, come on down.
I saw Teflon Ryan. I'm like, oh, Ryan, I'm about to get a pair of shoes. And then it went past him. But yeah, so Adrian Turner, give us a holler, and we will get your size and the shoe and which color you want, and we will get that shoe out to you as long as you let us know.
Adrian Turner, by the way, sent me a note on Instagram with like 12 fingers crossed when I said, hey, we're doing the On giveaway today.
Oh well, 12 is a good number then.
Yeah, look at that.
Because he won the shoe.
Yep.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
tell him to watch it. Tell him to watch the show. Don't tell me one. Just tell him to watch the show, and scroll to the end for a surprise.
Skip to 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Skip to 1 hour and 12 minutes to be precise. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for sticking with us. We had a really good crowd today, and make sure you share this. Subscribe to this podcast, or subscribe to this YouTube channel. Share it with a friend. Go follow us on the Run Eats, the PR Project. Go follow us on Instagram, the PR Project. We are all training for fall races. Aaron his A race is Indy Monumental, and then he's running in New York City like the mayor, slapping hands, chilling, maybe not slapping hands.
Not like the mayor.
Okay.
Not the mayor of New York. No, sir.
No.
Not Eric Adams.
Like,
No, sir.
I meant like a mayor,
Okay.
like just a person that of influence that people know, and slapping hands.
If everybody knows you slap people in New York, it's totally fine. They love it.
Yeah, just slapping. And Gary, his goal race is going to be NYC, so he's going to be getting after it. And follow Aaron, Gary, myself, Joe, Dante, and Ern. 6 people going out with New Balance. Big shout out to New Balance for the vibes and the love. We shared a story about Ern, which is a dope story. 120 lost. So go check out the PR Project's Instagram right now to check out and learn a little bit more about Ern, see his family, see his kids and his wife. And we're going to be doing stories like that on everybody. So stay tuned, follow along with the journeys. We out. Gary, what was that?